Hello everyone and welcome to the final part of round number 2 in the men's division of the Bloodsport tournament. 4 more big matches lined up for this evening, some absolute crackers, main eventing with Walter going up against Goldberg. And here we go then, match number 1 of the evening. We have got Gable Stevenson, who defeated Umaga in round number 1, going up against Katsuyori Shibata, who defeated Jake Hager. So both had big victories in the first round. I mean, this bottom part of bracket number 2 is super stacked. Really stacked, and we're seeing that now. And I would not be surprised if the winner came from this bottom part of the bracket. I would not be surprised if the winner is one of the 8 men in this episode. But only 4 will move on as the big double foot stomp there by Shibata. Oh, hello. Where are you? I heard your little noise, but I can't see you. Oh, you're stuck on the window. There you. Okay. Sorry, the cat was stuck on the windowsill. She couldn't figure out where the gap between the curtains was. Shibata now... What was that? Was that a headbutt or a knee? It's very difficult to tell. Obviously, someone needs to help Shibata and needs to work him to figure out where the hard cam is. Look at that reverse dragon sleep by Shibata. Absolutely brutal. Just bending Gable Stevenson in half, but Stevenson back up. Sending Shibata into the corner. There's a strike in the face. And now Stevenson, who's a big lad, rocks up with that big jumping clothesline. So what's happening with Stevenson then? Does anyone know? It's a tricky one, really. I mean, I know he was drafted. I think, didn't he turn up at WrestleMania, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. But has anyone seen him since? Is he doing anything? Is he training? Is he... I'm not sure what he's up to be honest. Big boot right in the back of the arm. And now wrenching back at the neck. Again, Shibata with that reverse dragon sleeper. But Stevenson able to roll Shibata through and sends him straight. Wow, Shibata sending Stevenson straight in to the cage wall. That does damage. Stevenson back in the ring now. I wonder if they'll make him get rid of his name because his name's Gable Stevenson. They've already got a Gable. Or they'll just go back to Shorty G. Or just change his name to Chad. Super Chad. Big elbows into the gut. As Stevenson, oh, lovely throw. Big German. And now locking in a triangle choke. And now a nice little powerbomb there by Shibata to break free. Looking at the German, Shibata able to flip free. And now the reverse Dragon Sleeper hold. Again locked in the third time of the match. Big boots in the face, and now Shibata heading up to the top corner. And a big foot stomp. As Stevenson now fighting back with the elbows into the head of Shibata, but he's able to just about break through. Stevenson now gets around the back of Shibata, tripping him over, rolls it through, big boot into the spine. And now Stevenson locking in the reverse naked chokehold. This could be a game ender here, because Stevenson's a big guy for Shibata to try and break free from, but he has managed to get that arm free and elbow him in the face. Shibata now with the big cross chops. Shibata now striking down into the face, and I think he's busted open Stevenson there. He has. Really busted open the side of the head. Shibata now rolling Stevenson through. And a big boot right across the chest, followed up by the big double foot stomp, and Shibata's given the victory. Gable Stevenson is eliminated, and Katsuyori Shibata moves through to the quarterfinals. Shibata. Right, he moves up to 0 now. He was on -1 before this began. And Gable Stevenson was on +1, now moves down to 0. There we go. Let's move on to match number 2. Right then, here we go, match number 2 of the evening. Eddie Kingston versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. What a match this is on paper. And what a match it's hopefully going to be in the ring as well. The winner of this one, as we know, will be taking on Katsuyori Shibata in the quarterfinals of this Bloodsport tournament. And, I mean, you'd fancy Austin as the... I don't even know, to be honest. You would fancy Austin, but, I mean... Since Austin wrestled, there's a lot more people that have become a lot more brawlers than he ever was, isn't there, really? I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. Okay. I don't understand how times work. So I'm just reading the Jeff Hardy report. So he was arrested at 9:54 a.m. Monday morning, but booked at 12:45 p.m. Does that mean he was done for drink driving in the morning? I must admit, I shouldn't say stuff like this on the internet, should I really? But anyone who's had a heavy night out and then gone to work the next day, I mean, there's a possibility there may still be some in your system, I suppose, isn't there? But Austin now heading up to the top. Just ignore everything I just said because it makes me sound terrible. But big elbow. Austin now with the strikes into the face. For the strike again, but Eddie Kingston straight back up on his feet, and now in with that power slam, but sending Austin almost like a brainbuster style power slam. And Kingston is looking very good here, very much in control. Kingston as Austin rolls through straight into the DDT. And again in with a big DDT. And Kingston looking good here, going with that big Saito suplex. I mean, if Kingston pulls off a win here, this will probably be the biggest win he's so far had in our Universe mode. To defeat somebody like a Stone Cold Steve Austin would be very impressive. Austin has struggled somewhat in our Universe mode so far. I say struggled, he's not struggled, he's just not as high up as what we might expect with some of the other people that are currently in here, to be honest. You'd expect him to be a lot higher up and fighting for those championships consistently. But it just hasn't really helped him again so far. As Austin once again raining down the boots. Kingston again with a boot in the face. Austin now with the strikes back and forth. And Austin now a big strike in the face once again of Eddie Kingston. Kitty Cat, you can't be outside all day, all night. You got to come inside every now and again. So I'm having a domestic with a cat. Austin now wrenching back at the chin of Eddie Kingston. Slamming Eddie face first into the mat before bringing him back up to a standing base. And Austin, nope. I thought he was going to run through and shoulder attack him there, but not to be the case. Big knees into the gut, and now, was he biting away at the back of the head there for a second? Difficult to see from the camera angle. Of course, this is Bloodsport. Anything goes here. As Austin looks to rain down with the elbow, but Kingston saw it coming, moved out the way. What a strike it was by Austin. You saw Kingston's knees just buckle and he collapsed down to the mat. Austin once again, wrenching back. And Austin now stalking. Is he thinking a stunner will put him through here? There's the stunner. No, the referee says continue on. He saw movement in Kingston's leg. But not much. The referee realizes that it's not going to come back from here, is it? Stone Cold Steve Austin gets the win over Eddie Kingston and moves through to the quarter-finals. Steve Austin, he now moves up to +6 in the rankings after 20 matches, whereas Eddie Kingston is going to move down to -1 overall. Alright, so well done, Austin, as we move on to our next match. And here we go then. We have got Kazushi Sakuraba, who defeated Masakatsu Funaki in the first round, going up against Taz, the Tasmaniac, who defeated Ivar, one half of the Viking Raiders, or Hansen, for the classical Ring of Honor. Well, not the classical Ring of Honor, is it? So this should be another interesting one. I see Taz as the favourite, but again, I don't really know a lot about Kazushi Sakuraba. I believe I've seen him in a match before. I think I discussed this in the previous round, but I can't really be sure, to be honest. Is this up to date? When did Aces and Eights come back into Impact? Really? Jarrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe. My word. Is this up to date? Is that real? I think it is, you know. Because the other matches advertised on there... Wow, when did Aces and Eights... I'm assuming it's just them two. It's not obviously everyone else, is it? But still, that surprises me, that. That has surprised me. Taz now sending Sakuraba into the corner. I bet I'm butchering that pronunciations as well. I mean, it's probably not terrible. It's just the, it's just my British accent when I say it. Sakuraba. Katsuyori Sakuraba. Taz now wrenching away at the arm. Of course, the winner of this one will take on the winner of our main event of the episode as Goldberg goes up against Walter. Should be another fun, interesting one to see. Of course, Goldberg defeated Batista in the first round. Who did Walter get past? Commander Aziz. Is that storyline still going on? Is Apollo Crews still the Niger King with Commander Aziz? Is that still going on? Nice submission here, locked in the armbar. As Taz continuing the assault now with the strikes and the kicks and a little bit of everything. Taz now ground and pound and then in with that submission. Look at the way he's got the entire body folded up like an accordion. And there's a boot to the back of the head and a big stiff forearm in the face there by Kazushi Sakuraba. Taz with a forearm. And again, Taz now with the... Oh, he went for the... Northern... No, was that... Yeah, Northern Light suplex there, wasn't it? And now locking in that Taz mission submission. The legs are grapevine. This could be enough to see Taz move through. Of course, Taz already the FTW champion, but of course that's his belt anyway. It's a bit like the $1 Million Man with the $1 Million Championship. It was always his. I mean, I'm sure maybe a feud comes along. Taz might come across to defend that. I don't know. Sakuraba slamming. Oh, God. Taz's arm really folded at an awkward direction there. Taz now sending Sakuraba into the corner. Big shoulder blocks. And now the big boots into the gut as well. And another big boot across the back of the arm. And now Taz looking for that big T-bone suplex. And Taz stalking once again. If he locks in once again the Taz mission, that could be game, set, match. He does have it locked in. He has him grounded. He has him grapevined. Is Sakuraba going to have to tap? He does. And Taz moves through to the next round. Taz. Dude. Taz moves up to +7 in this. Sakuraba is obviously going to move down to 0 now. He got 1 win in the first round and then a loss in this one, which puts him to a level 0. But Taz moves through to the quarterfinals, and he'll be facing the winner of our main event. And here we go then, Goldberg up against Walter in our main event of the evening. As we said, Walter got past Commander Aziz, whereas Goldberg defeated Batista in the previous round. Goldberg now with Walter up on the shoulders, drops him face first across that top steel rope. Remember, that's the case with these ropes. They're not springy like people would make you believe. They are steel woven wires. And now in with the slam. And a big splash once again. Walter tripped now by Goldberg as Goldberg back up on his feet. Striking down with the boots. But Walter's back up, and I'm not sure Goldberg is ready for these strikes. Walter is something different with those strikes, isn't he? There he goes, dropping Goldberg neck first across the top rope. Goldberg, though, fighting back. Walter now up, slammed back first into the corner and launched into the ring. Goldberg wrenching away at the arms. As Walter rolls him through, Walter now bring Goldberg back up, and it's a bit of a slow, laborious type of match, isn't it, really? Both of these two are... they're big, slow guys, aren't they, really? As Walter flattens Goldberg with a big clothesline. Walter now stamming the big boot into the arm of Goldberg. And Walter now going to take Goldberg up. And it's like a combination powerbomb and spinebuster and chokeslam there. It's a pretty insane maneuver, really, when you look at it. As Walter now in with that Boston Crab. And Goldberg with a super kick. And Goldberg launching Walter right in to the cage wall once again. Walter going to take Goldberg up in that powerbomb position again. This time keeps the grip and lifts him back up into a second powerbomb. Again, keeps the grip with a trifecta of powerbombs on Goldberg before looking to roll him through into the Boston Crab. Goldberg, though, using his leg strength to break free from that one. Lovely boot into the spine. As now Goldberg is stalking. What is the plan here? Straight in with a spear on Walter. The referee lets it continue, though. As Goldberg wrenching back at the arm. Really wrenching back now. Now with Goldberg up on the shoulders. Goldberg catches a boot in the gut there. Walter sent him straight into the corner. And a big chop right across the chest. Just pushes the air out of you. Makes it more difficult to do anything when you're suffering that much air being pushed out of your body from one of those chops. And all of a sudden, Walter's back in this. Out of nowhere, Walter's back in this. Dropping the butt bomb on Goldberg before now stalking. Walter going to take Goldberg up once again. In with that power bomb, keeps the grip, hoists him up for a second. And looking for a third power bomb. And Walter gets the victory, eliminating Goldberg. What a massive elimination that is. Goldberg, again, was somebody who I thought could have been a favourite in this one, but Walter, showing his dominance in this universe mode, continues as he gets this victory. Right, Goldberg, who was on +2, is going to drop down to +1, whereas Walter, who was on +9, with a -4 this year, is going to move up to a +10 with a -3 this year. So, still not in great form this year, Walter, but he's definitely turned it around as part of this tournament. Right then, that is it. We are down to our final 16 in this tournament now. 8 more matches remain in the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals will be Butterbean versus Mark Mero, Matt Riddle versus Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman versus Tommaso Ciampa, Minoru Suzuki versus Brody King, Bobby Lashley versus Conor McGregor, Mike Tyson versus Antonio Inoki, Katsuyori Shibata versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Taz versus Walter. We will start those matches off for you tomorrow. And I am done, I think, for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I'm going to love you and leave you. Good night. God bless. See you all next time. Bye-bye.